take on the Patriots, this time in Foxborough. The two headliners in this matchup remain the quarterbacks, although Tom Brady has come under scrutiny this season for New England's offensive struggle. See Max Kellerman. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes was asked about the talk of this potentially being Brady's last year.
I've known for a while that it's not going to be the last year anytime soon. I mean, he's still playing at a high level, and unless he just doesn't want to play, which I don't see. I mean, I guess I expect to see him for at least a couple more years.
All right, Damien's still here with us. He knows Tom well, won some rings together. It's usually what good quarterbacks do. Max, who knows what the future holds for
Brady? He was
a
great quarterback back then.
For Brady. But what would you like to see him do next season?
Okay, this is what I'd love to see. I'd love to see this because, you know, Garoppolo was going to take his job. Belichick wanted to give it to him. Brady went to Kraft, according to the reporting, and got Garoppolo shipped out of town. Well, there's a reason for that. Now Stidham's the only thing they have behind Tom Brady that maybe could have an eye toward the future. I don't know what Belichick thinks of Stidham, if he thinks he's nearly ready. And otherwise the cupboard's bare. That Brady did that intentionally for job security. Patriot way always worked until it was coming for him. Then he went right to the owner. I would love to see finally the question answered, right? Is it Belichick or Brady? Of course it's Belichick. But Brady's the GOAT, but Belichick is the number one reason for the dynasty. There's a way to figure this out right now. Phillip Rivers has never been able to get over the hump, and he chokes in the Chargers. Something always goes wrong. We make fun of the fact that they're always talented. They figure out ways to lose games. He's a free agent, and he's not what he once was, but he can still play quarterback. Okay. Why don't you do this? Why doesn't Brady sign with the Chargers? It's never going to happen. I get it. Brady signed with the Chargers. Phillip Rivers sign is a short-term deal, obviously, while the Patriots get their successor to Brady ready. Since Garoppolo and Brissett are gone, Phillip Rivers signed with the Patriots. And let's see what happens. Can Brady take the Chargers to the AFC Championship game the way Joe Montana took the Chiefs one day, once upon a time? No, this wasn't just Bill Walsh. He had a lot, but Joe Montana's greatness, 13 touchdowns, no interceptions, 4-0 in the Super Bowl, right? Montana showed it again. Or is it Belichick? Does Brady not do anything with San Diego? They're just not good enough. And Phillip Rivers finally win a Super Bowl in New England with Bill Belichick. I would love to see that experiment take place.
That's not where I'm at. And forgive me for the little soliloquy that I'm going to go on, but I'm going to preface my comments by saying, as much as I love Mr. Kraft, and I respect the hell out of Bill Belichick, more so Bill Belichick than Robert Kraft, I have a problem when people in positions of authority treat greatness like it's just expected. If greatness comes coupled with a strong work ethic, then I don't believe in treating everybody the same. You have a floor. There's a level of respect, decorum, professionalism, etc. you accord to people. But I don't believe in that philosophy. You are a superstar with the work ethic to match it, and you get treated the same as a marginal person, or particularly a marginal person without the work ethic. I don't believe in equality in that regard. We live in a capitalistic society. To the victor goes the spoils. And the fact that Bill Belichick has always seemed to have treated Tom Brady like anybody else always vexes me, because he ain't everybody else. I think that Tom Brady is at a point, which I think something you could appreciate, Molly, is that at 42 years of age, 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 Super Bowl titles, do you actually know where I'd like to see Tom Brady go? I'd like to see Tom Brady go to the Tennessee Titans. Mike Vrabel, in case anybody has not noticed, was 9-7 last year. They're 7-5 now. Winners of 5 in their last 6. Ever since Ryan Tannehill was inserted as your starting quarterback, they're 5-1 with him, winning 5 of their last 6 and 3 straight. They look very respectable. Top 10 rushing attack with my brother Derrick Henry. Not so much a 27th ranked passing attack. Ryan Tannehill ain't playing like a scrub, even though his QBR is 54. My point is, when I look at Ryan Tannehill, even though he's no scrub and whatever, he's clearly no Tom Brady. When I think about Mike Vrabel as the coach, I'm looking at a former teammate of Brady who has struggled in finding a quarterback, because Marcus Mariota wasn't that dude, and you're relieved that Ryan Tannehill was doing a little something. Could you imagine how Mike Vrabel would treat Tom Brady? Because do you have any idea what a godsend an experienced champion like that inserted into Tennessee, who has a respectable defense? They're a good team, good running attack, good coach, with a guy who's a personal friend, who doesn't necessarily have the mentality of a Bill Belichick. You have any idea how he would treat Tom Brady? You know what a relief it would be for Tom Brady to walk into some place and recognizing the fact, because again, you're succeeding a Tannehill or Marcus Mariota. It's not like you're walking into New Orleans to succeed Drew Brees or walking into Green Bay to succeed Aaron Rodgers or something like that. No, you'd be walking into Tennessee. You show up with a QBR 60, you're a godsend. You understand? To him to play for a friend that's coaching a respectable team, and by the way, a state with no state income taxes. Let's not forget that.
Well, he just bought a $40 million house.
I understand that, but we want to keep our money. I'm a capitalist. You understand? I ain't apologizing for that. I can't stand paying these damn taxes. I'll be the first to admit it. All of those things work. That would be me.
Can we just keep him in New England?
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, seriously, can we just keep?
Thank
I know
you,
you
Damon.
fantasize of Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers would go
the-
farther with the Patriots than Brady would go with the Chargers because it's always been about Belichick.
You mean the turnover machine, Phillip Rivers? Listen, Zebra doesn't change the stripes. Phillip Rivers has been turning the ball over for years now. And you think he just go to the Patriots and then all of a sudden that's going to change?
I just know he'll go farther than Tom Brady.
I appreciate
in Los Angeles.
I appreciate the competitiveness of Phillip Rivers, but no. But that would drive Belichick crazy, the turnovers that Phillip Rivers would do.
I don't think he'd make them with Bill Belichick as much.
Well, listen. Stephen A. touched upon something. For years with Tom Brady, he's always had to elevate. He's elevated people year after year after year. I mean, we can count on probably one hand like the elite weapons that Tom Brady has had on his team.
For sure.
And for years he's had to basically carry the offense in that way. The great Peyton Manning, the great John Elway, at the end of their careers, they had help at the end of their careers.
They got carried. Yeah.
They were carried at the end of the
And Brady's up to the you need to carry him point. That's what I've been saying.
We are in we're in the area right now that we've never been in. A 42-year-old quarterback. We haven't seen anything like this. And to me, it's just mind-boggling that, yes, the Patriots have a great defense, but hasn't Tom Brady earned the right for Mr. Kraft and Coach Belichick to say, you know what? You've carried this offense, made guys more than what they really are, to say, you know what? We're going to supply you with some more weapons because clearly at 42, you are not what you used to be.
They tried, though.
May I
With
tell you-
Antonio
may I
Brown
tell
and
y'all-
Josh Gordon. They didn't ask
may I
Gronk
tell
to
you what-
retire.
Drafting a first-round wide receiver is doing nothing for
Let me tell you
Tom
something.
Brady. He doesn't have time to be developing guys.
I'll say this to you. You want me to tell you what Tom Brady is really, really owed, if we really want to get down to the nitty-gritty? What he was really, really owed was for Mr. Kraft to sit up there and say, you know something? I don't like this damn Antonio Brown. I don't like what I'm hearing about him. I don't like any of it. But unless he's going to be put on the commissioner's exempt list, I'm going to keep him here for this season, just for Tom
Let me
Brady.
say something about what you both said.
That's what Tom Brady
I
is
understand what you guys both mean. I want to start with, as you would say, with you. When you say you don't like the way Brady's been treated by Belichick, he's not just another person. The reason for the Patriots dynasty was the same reason for the Spurs dynasty. As much credit as I give Belichick and Popovich, you must also look at the best player. You must give Brady a lot of credit. I'm not trolling people. I'm being serious. It's more Belichick, but Brady is an extension of Belichick, just like Duncan was an extension of Popovich. And the reason it worked is because Belichick would chew Brady out. And Popovich should chew Duncan out in front of the teams just like they're anyone else. That's why it worked, because those superstars can handle it, and that sets the tone and the culture. When you start treating them the way you want them to be treated, the culture falls apart. Now, in terms of has he earned the right to, I would say in Tom Brady's case, sure. You could sit down, sit down with Belichick and Kraft and say, look, this is the greatest run in the history of football. Let's figure this out so he could. However, I will also say this. If you want to keep a dynasty going, like the Yankees in 1951, the Joe DiMaggio era was over. They wanted to keep it going. They didn't trade Mickey Mantle. They went from DiMaggio to Mickey Mantle and kept that thing going for another 15 years. Like, there's a way to do it where you also stay great going into the future. Right now at quarterback, the cupboard is bare, brother. There's no one, like, who's there?
Well, first of all,
they got to replenish.
First of all, your example is bad bringing up Tim Duncan because Tim Duncan was paid. The difference between Tim Duncan and Tom Brady is that Belichick, because of a hard salary cap in the National Football League, found a way to compromise the dollars that Tom Brady could ultimately earn. Secondly,
to Brady's credit,
when he let go of Garoppolo, you moved Garoppolo to an ideal situation. You understand? With Tom Brady, what were you going to do with him? What were you going to do with him? Were you really going to treat him right? You were going to keep him at a lesser price, or you might have let him go to some place that he might not have wanted to go to. That's the
tough
difference.
situation,
Gentlemen,
no doubt.
We got to wrap it up. Damian, thank you for talking some sense. An NFL analyst is suspended 1 game for comments about Lamar Jackson and his skin color. Don't miss what he said and if the punishment is enough. First take back in a moment.